Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Before I start the readings, I want to let you know that I do have some new online courses available on how to read oracle cards and crystals and spirituality, so click on the link below to check them out. Hi Pisces, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your life purpose, career, and money reading for the months of May, June, and July 2018. So Pisces, I'm going to do these readings every 3 months, so you can look forward to another life purpose, career, and money reading in August, for August, September, and October, and then I'll do another one for the end of the year for November and December. Okay, this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And Pisces, the love and romance readings are also up. If you would like to take a look, I'll have a link here as well as below. All right, so I'm going to get one card from the Earth Magic deck by Stephen Farmer as the overarching theme for you during this time period. Actually, you know what I think I want to do? No? Okay, I'm going to do that. I'll get a numerology card at the end. So, all right, let me just go ahead and get started. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So one card from the Earth Magic deck, 3 cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot, 3 cards from the Life Purpose deck, and then we'll look at your money after that. Okay, crystals, focus. What a beautiful, beautiful card. Well, Pisces, you are one of the more spiritual signs, let's say. All that beautiful watery energy. And sometimes, with all that spirituality and all that emotion that flows so easily through you and as you, it can be hard to focus your attention to know the specifics of what you want. Because you sometimes, you know, even here we see the ocean, you know, kind of like you're floating along and you're feeling everything and everything seems wide open. But in truth, during this particular time frame, you're meant to focus in. Go with it a bit more. Not such an outward focus, but go within and focus your attention on the things that feel the most readily accessible to you. It's not a time for seeking something. It's a time to focus in on what's already in your field of vision, what's already up for you in your consciousness. I'm going to get additional cards on this, but it's beautiful energy. You may even want to have some amethyst crystals around you, maybe place one under your pillow or next to your bed during this particular time frame, or always actually. But okay, let's go ahead and get some more crystals, or get some more cards. Actually, I think I'm going to get the life purpose cards first. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Draw your attention inward during this time frame, Pisces. Focus in on that which already is up for you in your consciousness, which you're already aware of. Everything you have right now is what you need to continue to expand more purposefully into your career, into your life, into your money concerns. In some ways, it feels like it may have been a little choppy recently. And that's why you've been kind of feeling like you're like a cork in the ocean, you know, bobbing all over and getting a little bit lost in the emotions and all the energies that you're experiencing. And this is why you're being asked to withdraw from the wide open sort of ocean, pull yourself into, let's say, a metaphorical cave, and go within with what you already have available to you, either in your external world and with the resources you have, but also with what's already in your awareness. Creative expression, study, and books, and yoga under the deck. Yeah, and even under the deck for this one, this deck, we have the movement, the river. You know, you're on the right path. You're being led to where you want to go, even though it may have felt recently in the recent past that you're kind of all over and everything seems not quite sure, like you've had trouble getting your footing. We have yoga under the deck here. Certainly that will be helpful for some of you, resonate with some of you. I'll show you these cards. We have creative expression. We have the study card. And we have books. Again, there's a very inward focus there we see with the study and the books card. Even the creative expression, he's standing there waiting for inspiration. And it's like the whole world is available to him. It's very wide open. But the inspiration that I say he because it's represented here as a male angel, the inspiration he desires is he already holds within. He already holds that seed within. Again, right in the center we have study. Go within. Doesn't mean that you have to study books or go back to school, although for some of you that may be indicated, especially with the study and the books cards together. And it may be that you find by going within, it's, again, as I mentioned, the resources you already have available. It may be that already in a book that you bought previously, that maybe you set aside with the intention of reading, you never had time to look at it. Pick it up, open the book, and see where you land. You know, oftentimes it's amazing how the guidance you need will be on that first page where you open the book, the inspiration that you desire. Let me get some additional cards from the tarot deck. Now, Pisces are known for being very creative, and we have that creative expression card there. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. But remember, you don't have to seek the inspiration elsewhere during this time frame. You hold it within you already. Certainly within your environment, you hold it. The study card reads, Reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. Go within, go quiet during this time frame. Books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. Now, for those of you who don't like to read and that doesn't resonate, it's really about studying your own self here. You know, she's not really, the books could be looked at here as a symbolic of what she already holds within. You know, there's a lot around her, but she's focusing on the one that's in her hand. She's not looking at the bookshelves. She's got one in her hand and she's studying it very intently. And she's kind of looking towards the study card here. So it's, again, that focus energy. All right, let me get the tarot cards. Sodalite, fluorite, these are also crystals that can help you focus your attention. As well as express yourself. Messages for Pisces, May, June, and July 2018. I'm really drawn to the key around his neck. I don't know if you can see that. He's wearing a key, as if sort of a nod here from your guidance system, Pisces, that you hold the key already. All the messages are pretty clear here about going within. There may be some ancestral teachings as well that you can draw upon. The owl and the wisdom of this grandfather figure. There's great family wisdom that you can call upon as well, or that may be a rich source of inspiration for you. We have the World card in reverse. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Mother of Cups. There you are, Pisces. We have the Devil in reverse under the deck. I love that this is in reverse for you, Pisces, because it does show that you are releasing. You're letting go of fears, anxieties, worries, attachment to agendas, expectations that others have put upon you or that you've put upon yourself, that you need to be a certain way, or that you should have been farther along than you are now, or you need to keep doing, be busy to show that, you know, to prove your worth. And, you know, with that energy in the reverse, and with the Yoga card as well, it's like you're bringing everything more into balance. You know, the Devil in reverse for me is always about a releasing of those, the process of releasing those attachments and agendas and worries and fears, addictions, all of that, whether it be to a substance or just to a thought pattern, or so many bad foods. Yoga card again, kind of showing that you're trying to get more in balance, mind, body, spirit here. All right, I'll show you the cards as I see them. All right, so we have the World card in reverse. We have the Four of Cups right in the center, and then we have the Mother of Cups right there, all that beautiful water energy. And again, with this Mother of Cups, if you look, it's pretty uncanny how these two cards look so similar, just in terms of the shapes, the placement. They're both facing the same direction. Even the curve of the neck, and it's all very, very similar. Your power lies right now, Pisces, regardless of male or female, in the quiet nurturing of yourself, the giving to yourself. We have the Four of Cups right in the center with the Study card. Again, kind of a stillness here, right? But there's a stillness here because you are in process of figuring out what it is that you want. Here we have, the crystal cave, going within, leaving the choppy waters. Sometimes the choppy waters, especially with the Devil card in reverse, can be representative of everyone else's opinions. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone can help you, has just the right answer in order to help you do things right. But during this time frame, May, June, July, you're really going within, following the nudges of your heart towards the things the resources, the creativity, the inspiration that you hold within, and taking time to nurture it with this Mother of Cups here, nurturing the sense of flatness or even apathy that you may be feeling. Nothing really seems like it's the right thing right now, because it's not. You are in process of changing and evolving. Your spiritual expansion has been happening rather rapidly, and now there's a time of integration during this time frame. We have the World here in reverse as well. Now, the World in reverse is interesting for you because it does show that you've been kind of trying to finish up something, trying to make things happen, and the World in reverse is saying, hang on a minute, this is a time to redo, right? You don't want to, you may have thought you were finished with something, or finished with a project, or finished at work, and now you've been having to kind of go back and redo it. It's not quite time to end whatever it is you've been working on or thinking that you've hit upon in terms of your sense of purpose or your career. There's, as I mentioned, a period of integration, adjustment for May, June, and July. This is not a rushing forward time. Take some yoga classes if that resonates. Do some meditation. Read a book if that resonates with you. Very quiet, gentle energy. This would not be a time, I would say, Pisces, to ask a lot of other people for their opinions. Most people will give it to you unsolicited anyway if they sense that you are floundering a bit, and others may perceive your apathy or your quietude or your slowing down as an indication that you need help, but you don't during this time period. You're going within to integrate, to make sense, to find that seed of inspiration that you already hold, you've already come across it, remembering where it is, how to get there, and bringing that forth. Studying yourself, studying your lineage even is, for some of you. And where do the ancestral teachings or experiences of your lineage, where are those rich sources of inspiration, and where are those really not part of the life story that you're wanting to write for yourself now? Where are you shifting away from that? This is a period of that kind of going within, that kind of studying. is pretty clear. I don't know how many different ways to really say it. So I think I'm going to just close it out there. I will say here with the Mother of Cups, again, this doesn't matter if it's male or female, it's showing up as a mother queen figure, but which for me is more just about that divine feminine energy, regardless of how you identify your gender, of being more nurturing, more open, more receptive, so that you can integrate what feels right, what doesn't feel right, is more gentle energy. And we see with all the little lights around that swan, inspiration begins to take hold. The time for action will indeed come. And you may find that, you want to, still make things happen and be busy. But what I think will occur is that you'll fatigue more quickly. So, play with it yourself. And always trust your own heart, of course, above and beyond anything I say or anyone else. But this is the guidance I'm receiving for you for life, purpose, and career. Now, this is a general reading, so many of you will, some of you will be lawyers, some of you will be artists. So, it's important that you take the energies and apply them to your own life. Certainly, no matter what you do for your work, allowing yourself to be creative in the expression of that, and allowing yourself time to research and go within, rather than trying to make a big shift at work, no matter what you do. And if you're looking for work, or you've been floundering or feeling as though you're floundering, looking for a greater sense of purpose in your life, you hold that sense of purpose within you already. You don't have to find it anywhere. And if you're looking for work, don't worry, it'll come. But it'll come when you get yourself in alignment with what it is you're wanting to express in the world. Where you can align with the gifts that you feel are your strengths, let's say, what excites you. When you can align with that and begin to figure out how to express it and connect with others in a way that isn't about you, but is about for the greatest good of all. It's not about altruism necessarily, but it's about understanding that you are part of it all, of course, but taking your unique energies, your unique soul signature, and how that can be of benefit to the many when you are aligned with it, as opposed to frantically trying to, be seen and heard in the world, which can be very frustrating when you don't feel as though the world is seeing you or hearing you. You've got to see and hear yourself first, and then you align with that, and then that tends to build upon itself to share it with others. And for some of you, it may be that, meditation, yoga, quiet walks in nature, sitting outside with a cup of tea, all of this is very, very beneficial. Can be difficult, especially if you are in a society that affirms proactive behavior. All right, let me get a card on money. What's going on with Pisces in terms of Pisces, Sun, and Rising, in terms of money? And it may be indeed that if you are working at a project for your career, or whatever it is you may be doing, that you may have to go and redo certain aspects of the proposal, this kind of thing. It will go better if you get creative with it, think outside the box a bit, and make sure that you understand exactly what it is you're trying to achieve with your proposal, with your project. And study if you're doing it in order to get a new client, or you're doing it for a client, make sure you understand their business. Sometimes you want to be clever just to show off, but make sure that it's actually in the best interest of the client and what they're wanting. right, what's going on with Pisces in the month? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Well, regarding your money, I mean, it may be that it goes back to this kind of something's not quite ready to be completed yet. And the Page of Pentacles here in terms of your money, well, first and foremost, it may be that you don't get something that you expected to receive. You don't receive that scholarship money. You don't receive that grant. Somebody withdraws some investment in you. And this causes you to be like, whoa, it causes you to go within, you know. But part of the disappointment possibly of this for you, if this is what it's about, is that you begin to let go of your attachment to someone else being the bearer of your happiness in terms of what they give you. Or even, as I mentioned earlier for you, when you feel like no one's seeing or hearing you, but you see and hear yourself, then you align more with what you have to offer. So it kind of goes back to this energy, but in the practical, it may be that you just don't receive something that you had expected, a loan, a grant, a scholarship, an educational opportunity, this kind of thing. But in terms of your energy going out, it does look like you're starting to put a little less energy and maybe possibly rethinking an investment you've made, and whether or not you want to continue putting your money into it, because you may not be getting the return that you're wanting. And this is kind of why you're going within. You're kind of meant to spend a little time figuring out where it is you do want to put your money, where it is you do want to put your resources in terms of your time, your energy, your money, and other resources that you may have to offer. Page of Pentacles isn't terrible, but it is a little bit of a caution, like, okay, did you not get that loan, that grant, that scholarship? Okay, well, how can you get creative? Here we have this creative expression in the world in reverse, and seek out other sources. How can you find those resources within yourself? And you say to yourself, okay, with the resources that I have available to me now, my own personal resources, the resources that already exist in my environment, how can I move forward in a way where I feel more aligned with a greater sense of purpose and expressing my essence into the world? This is not a time necessarily to do. It's a time, as I mentioned, of reflection, integration, consideration. All right, let me get one more card for you, Pisces, and I'll close out your reading. Very interesting. Healing always occurs when we allow ourselves time to go within. There aren't a lot of cards necessarily about sadness here. The Four of Cups is more about feeling a little flat. Sometimes the emotions come up later, or maybe you've already come through a period of a lot of emotions. And, sometimes when you cry and you cry and you cry, and then you're like kind of wiped out, but then it allows healing to occur. You feel a little flat, like I don't have anything else. And then there's this period of stasis, kind of, and then you begin to get inspired and go like that. So it may be that this is what's occurring for you. One more card from the numerology deck, just one last bit of guidance. I want to say too here, like there is movement, even when you don't think there's movement, and you're being very still, you're meditating, you're taking time out, you're integrating, things are still moving. The river is still moving. It may not be moving in terms of like this choppy, windswept ocean, but don't let the stillness fool you that nothing's going on. And if this occurs, when people try to, convince you that you need to do more, you need to be more active in order to achieve your goals, you can say thank you. Right now I'm taking a little bit of time to reflect and integrate. Some people will be like, what does that even mean? It doesn't matter what other people say, or if they don't understand. It's okay. You don't even have to say anything. You can just say thanks for your insight. Appreciate it. And then do your own thing. It's not a time for fighting. Completion. Yeah. So you're working towards completion. This is the 9. Again, kind of completing the cycle during this time period. You're not ready to bump into something new yet. This is the time for integration. We have the World in reverse. this isn't the 10, this is the 9. So you're working towards this, whatever it is you've been working on. But there's a rhythm, and the rhythm is during this particular time frame to do it slowly, gently, in a very nurturing way, so that when the time does come where you are ready to end this cycle that you've been working upon, whether it be start a new job in the future or a new project or create a greater sense of purpose in your life, it will happen naturally, more smoothly, if you allow yourself this time for the quiet moments, let's say. And I will say, because a lot of times, the ego will come in and say, I never have time for that. It's not so much that you need to set aside a whole weekend for this. You can do it throughout the day in a way that feels more natural and more integrative. I'm going to take a 5-minute break to look out the window. Even that, with consciousness, is part of this energy. You don't need to worry about, 3 months, I can't take 3 months of not doing anything. The ego comes in. It's not about that. It's about those quiet moments during the day. Doing more of those, more consciously, more often, will help during this time period. Okay, I hope you find that helpful, Pisces. I wish you much love as always, and I will see you maybe on the online courses that are available now. I have links below if you're interested in learning how to read Oracle and Tarot cards. And the Life Purpose readings are this. The Love and Romance readings are up. All readings are available on the podcast, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts, as well as the weekly spiritual guidance videos that I release every Sunday. Much love.